under this blue, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the middle, let's go.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
So have it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well and winning as always. First and foremost, guys, I want you all to smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. We got the subscribe button. Smash the piece of subscribe button, guys. You've got to smash it, bro. Every single one of you, hit it. We're getting up to the 6K. Big up to every single one of you. We've got the notification bell as well. Ding dong, let's have it right, all that jazz, so you know when I'm going live. And we've got the Minerals FC membership, which is pinned down below in the description. I didn't put it up in the chat. I will do that later on. We see how it goes. But everyone knows where the membership is. So big up to every single one of you. Hope everyone's all right. We're going to have a good show tonight. Haven't streamed for a couple of days. Let's see who's in here. We got Jamar Jones. Big up to Jamar Jones, bruv. Big up to Handman Batman, or Human Batman, if that's how you say it, bruv. We got Siffer in here, Johnny, Mixed Minerals, Medina, Wads, my member. Big up to you, geezer. We got Mickey Dryboy. Love to see Mickey Dryboy in here, bruv. Come on. Leo's in here. Josh is in here. Mikolios is in here, Mitch. Come on, bruv. Dahar's in here. Bartek Minerals is in here. Come on, bruv. British Patriot, my member. Come on to you. Big up to you, geezer. We got Joey in here. Big up to Joey. Lovely stuff, Joey, mate. Yeah, listen, smash the like button like you're smashing your missus. Let's have it right. He knows the deal, bruv. He knows the deal. Big up to Joey. Big up to, all right, we got Jay-Z in here. He says, this is a madness. Felix wanted to stay at Chelsea, but Poch doesn't see him as part of the plans. This channel is so negative and a disgrace. I'll take my subscription and leave. Up the Chelsea. Big up to you, fella. Ta-da. See you later. We don't want you, bruv. Let's have it right. This is not negative. This is truth telling, bruv. So maybe you should have stuck around and maybe you could have learned a few things instead of buying into Fabrizio Romano, bruv. Well, we're going to get into him, bruv. We're going to get into all of them, mate. But this is what I'm talking about. We've got too many jellyfish. They've got no brains of their own and they just follow whatever they're told and they believe it. Full be them, you know what I mean? Anyway, we move. Big up to Cuzzy. Big up to Battersea Chelsea. Lovely to see Battersea Chelsea in here. Anti Quinos, Neil, Cursor. Come on, bruv. Let's have it right. Big up to Cursor, bruv. We'll land that later on. I guarantee it. Big up to Anna Chels. Come on. Big up Johnny. Land it tonight. I will. Chelsea Blue and Blue. Who else we got in here? Who else? Nutty Blue. Come on, geezer. Big up to Nutty Blue. Stu's in here. We've got Patrick Bateman, Top Bins, my geezer. Says, big up, Johnny. I see all the wrongers doing their keep or sell bangers and mash waffle streams. You'll never guess the 2 players top of the list to sell. How about they all fuck off to Spursy? Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to Top Bins, man. Listen, we know the going agenda. There's a massive agenda on the 2 players, and we know who they are. But on this channel, we don't have an agenda on them. We don't have an agenda on any players. Do you know what I mean? We just land it, bruv. Our agenda's towards the ownership, mate. Big up to Neil. Big up to CFC fan, Tony Tiger, Daniel, Richard Evans, Jamar Jones. Big up to you. Big up to Chelsea Lampel 123. Come on, bruv. Let's have it right, Dougie. You land in the Minerals, as always. I hope you're doing well. Daryl's in here. We got Alan, Hannah. I've already shouted out Hannah, but as always, she's saying smash the likes. You smash them likes. Francis Winters, Chelsea Anorak. Big up to Chelsea Anorak. Up the Chelsea. Jay, he says London Cowboys. You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. Red Dead United TV, he says up the Chelsea. Come on, bruv. Renee Charles is in here. Renelle Charles. Who else? Let me just stream through. Mob Saint. We got who else in here? Get in the chat, guys. Big up to Nick Smith, bruv. Big up to you, geezer. Apologies, I didn't see you at the game, man. Got caught up. I'm sorry. We will meet up for sure. 119% we will be meeting up, bruv, and hopefully not with a Singer beer, bruv. But let us know if you like Singer beer. We're not sure. We haven't made our minds up, and you haven't let us know if you like Singer beer or not. I'm going to go with, I think you love it. Yeah, I think you absolutely love it. And you're already pre-ordering about 10 of them for half time, bruv, without fail. Let's have it right. Big up to Matty K, CFC Jack, everyone in here, guys. A special one, Big Al. Come on, bruv. Big Al. Come on, Alan. My geezer. Love to you. I know Chelsea Old Boys is somewhere around. As always, guys, we see things they'll never see. That's how we land it on the Minerals FC. We send this lovely little reminder to the ownership about what we are and who we are and what we demand, bruv. Yeah, we demand the best of the best, the highest elite levels. Let's have it right. But tonight is going to be obviously about some breaking news, or 2 doses of breaking news, or shall we go 3 doses of breaking news? Aren't we lucky? So we're going to get into that. We've got some news on the Minerals Mount. Obviously, goes without saying. That's like the latest saga that's going to be for this whole summer window, because we know he's going to leave. It's just blatant he's leaving, and it is what it is. But we know why he's leaving. And this is the thing. A lot of people want to feed the agenda. They want to feed that he's a mercenary and he's disloyal and this and that. No, he's not. I stand by it, and I know it. At the end of the day, I know what player he is. I know how he feels about Chelsea, and I know what the owners are doing. So therefore, put 2 and 2 together, and you can work it out. Nick Smith said it's shit beer FC. It's over. Shit beer FC. Singer beer is out, bruv. 200 changes and we still got shit beer. So we're up to 200 changes for the season. Wow. Yeah, we are pretty much. We've made 200 changes this season. That's how bad it's been. So guys, I want to delve into it. Before I do that, I want you all to smash the piece of the like button, every single one of you, because I'll tell you this now, right? We've got evidence that Joao Felix wants to stay at Chelsea. Now, that was the propaganda from May. I think it was 26th of May. Yeah, he brought that tweet out. And there was quite a few tweets before how he loves it at Chelsea and he wants to stay. All right. And then yesterday, it was breaking news. It was breaking news that Joao Felix will not be at Chelsea next season. He's been shipped out back to Atletico Madrid with anti-football Simeone, yeah? And that's where he's gone. Because what? Because why? Now, this makes me laugh because I know Pochettino hasn't spoken to any of the players. Yeah, he hasn't. So what makes everyone believe that he has made the call to let go of Joao Felix? Now, if everyone remembers, and I always land it, and you know I land it, you can go back a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. I think even more than that, when we really started landing the minerals on yes man tax, jellyfish Potter, this is not Chelsea, all that jazz. I said to you lot, yeah, and you can go back and look at the streams, and I know you lot, and anyone who's new in here viewing, I told you lot, Joao Felix will not be staying at Chelsea, yeah? And the reason I said it, and you can clip me for it from way before, is because the owners will not be able to afford his wages, their model, their creative content, their data FC, yeah, all that model, that money wage model, yeah, doesn't collaborate with Joao Felix, because Joao Felix is on 300 grand a week plus, yeah. So I always knew Joao Felix was never going to stay. Everyone had this whole fantasy that he was going to stay because Middlesbrough's leaving. Well, it's funny, really, because they're both going. Well, one of them's gone and the other one's on the way out. So what you're left with, yeah, what you're left with. Nkunku. Okay, cool. We got one replacement for 2 players, yeah? 2 so-called creative players. Now, I want to land it and say it as it is, where Felix knew how toxic it was behind the scenes, like every other player behind the scenes. Kovacic today is no surprise. I've been telling you a long time ago he's leaving, yeah? And he is leaving. And he doesn't want to be part of this project. He doesn't want to be part of these owners. And he loves Chelsea, but it's not the same Chelsea. So here we are. Joao Felix has only been there for a 6-month loan, which they paid, 11, 12 million for? Apparently it works out 4 million a goal. Yeah, 4 million a goal. He scored 4 goals. Yeah, apparently that's what we paid out for him every time he scored a goal. The guy hasn't got 1 assist at Chelsea, not one. Mason Mount is number 6 on assists. He's top assists for this shocking season for every single player. Bar Thiago Silva, he's always just unbelievable and consistent. We know that, but it's not enough. So here we are, Joao Felix gone. If anyone genuinely believes that Pochettino has said, I don't want Felix, you're a long way from Starbucks. And I'll tell you why. Because the owners can't afford him. They cannot afford to pay the 100 million to buy him, because Atletico Madrid want to sell him. They don't want him on another loan. And if they do want him on another loan, you have to pay him his full wages and you have to pay a fee to have him on loan to Atletico Madrid. They cannot even afford that. Joao Felix will not reduce his wages. So you're down there. And the biggest reason is that he doesn't want to be part of the circus. So you can give me Fabrizio Romano, he said he wants to say, and Felix wants to say, that's a great PR move to try and negotiate for the owners and Atletico Madrid to find a way to keep him. But it's not financially possible. Why? Why is it not financially possible? Because they've blown out 600 million. They're in this red zone of financial fair play, and now they are shitting bricks. They don't know what to do. The only thing they can resort to is selling your Mason Mount, Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek, Trev Baresi, all your Cobham players. And your Deadwood, obviously. But your Cobham players free up a lot of money on the books to allow them to go out in the market and offer kindergarten FC wages, which we'll get onto, obviously. So there was never a chance Felix was staying. And he didn't want to stay. And I know that. So drinking the minerals, enjoy it, however you want to take it. But he didn't want to stay, mate. Yeah. He didn't want to be part of this project. And he wants Champions League. We ain't got that. So you're down there on Felix. So all you Felix stands, unfortunately, and I liked him. You know, I actually wanted him. I want Mason Mount and Felix. But we can't have them because I'm sorry to tell you and break the news. Yeah. The model doesn't suit those types of players that demand what they deserve to be paid, high wages, in-demand players. They're Champions League players. They're elite players. Yeah. Well, our model doesn't cater for that. And we're finding that out at the moment. Yeah. I think everyone can see in the market what we are looking at, what ages we're looking at. 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 18-year-olds. I haven't seen us linked with any player above 23 years old, in fact. Vahalovic came out today. He's 23. Yeah. And Kunku's what? 23. Yeah. Ugarte, how old is he? 20? I don't know, 21? Enzo, 21. Mudryk, 22. Fofana's early 20s. Chukwemeka, 18, who apparently is going to go on loan. A lot of people are going to cry about that one. What else is there? Who else is there we bought? Or we're looking at? Oh, Lavia, another one, 20s, early 20s. So here we are, yeah, in the transfer market. We are buying kids in every department. And in return, what are we doing? We're losing Kovacic, who's going to go where? Manchester City. Now, I'm all for Kovacic leaving. It's not that I'm pissed that he's leaving, but I want adequate replacements. I want a better player than Kovacic, someone who's got experience, who's got in product, who can score a goal, who's press resistant, who's got trickery in the middle of the park. We're not looking at replacements for Kovacic because they're not going to be prepared to pay the money. But the fact and worrying signs, and another red flag is, why are we allowing City to buy Kovacic? Because Pep will make him fantastic. Let's have it right. He'll be a ball carrier, possession-based team. He's going to drink and land the minerals. Yeah? So we're letting another player go and strengthen rivals. Well done, Bowley and Barley, Siri Merchant, Ted Lasso Bowley. Well done. A round of applause. Another fucking disaster. And then we're hearing about N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante contracts stalemate, stalling. Yeah, well, that's no surprise either, because I told you, N'Golo Kante is going to leave. He's not going to be paid 300 grand a week because their structure, their model doesn't cater for these wages. So therefore, you're never going to be able to go and buy established players because established players want a minimum 200, 250, all the way up to 350. Yeah, well, that ballpark figure is not going to be met with our owners. Not only that they can't do it now, but they won't do it. So you're resorting to losing now Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante, Mason Mount, and Felix has gone. That's 5 players, all first teamers, right? And now you look at what we're replacing them with. Yeah. Now, the major red flag for me is these owners have already started pinning Felix on Poch. And if you've noticed, there's a divide in the support in the fan base on social media generally. They're going, oh, Poch, what's he doing? Why is he not keeping Felix? He's a baller. He's a great little player. And he's a lovely little player. Can't finish his dinner, but he needs developing. Let's have it right. He's not a minerals man. He's not that level yet. But he offers something different. And we need that, especially if you're losing all this experience, right? So here we are. They pinned it on Pochettino, and now there's a divide. Straight away, the gaffer's not even in charge till the 1st of July. Or is it June? 1st of July, I think it is. Straight away. Right? Now, I'm telling you, and you lot trust me, and I don't speak on things I don't know, and I won't say what I don't know and what I believe. But what I do know is that Pochettino didn't make that decision for Felix. And I know that. So no one can tell me. You can bring up Fabrizio, you can bring up Paulstein, Ben Jacobs, Toothpick, all this nonsense. You can bring it up. But no, I know. What I know. And that's all you got to know. Yeah? And that's down to you whether you want to drink in the minerals. Yeah? But 1st of July, the guy hasn't even spoken. He hasn't been officially revealed. Nothing. So this is all hearsay. This is all PR by the ownership to manipulate the supporters into thinking that Pochettino's working behind the scenes, which maybe is, maybe isn't. But in reality, what control does he have over the team? Now, we're hearing adamantly he wants to fight tooth and nail for Mason Mount. Well, it's the biggest load of bollocks because he hasn't spoken to Minerals Mount. So all this talk, Fabrizio, you're a fat bullshitter. You're bangers and mash waffle, no onions, no gravy, lumpy hard mash, burnt mash, all that jazz, merchant. And I know you are. And you know you are. Yeah? He got called out by Barstool Sports about is he getting paid by Chelsea to put things out. And Fabrizio was straight on it, bruv. Straight on it. And we'll bring that up later. But it just shows you, yeah, when you react to things, there's a reason, there's something behind it, there's a hidden meaning. Well, we've been exposing it 24/7, all right? It's no surprise in this game and in this industry, this is how it works. Don't be naive And some people are, or they don't believe it, or they turn a blind eye to it. But unfortunately, if you do turn that blind eye and you are naive to it, you'll never fully understand. You'll always believe what you read. Does everyone believe what they read on the news? Does everyone believe what they read in every article? No, they don't, because a lot of it's manufactured, mate. It's premeditated. It's there to set narratives to suit a certain time in that moment to manipulate the reader and for them to buy into it. And with the masses, they're stronger because then people accept it. Boom. Let's have it right. You just don't know. You don't know when I'm going to land the minerals. Yeah. You just don't know. It just comes. It just comes. And when it comes, it's landed, bruv. Listen, there's no Malaysia flights around here. We've got Minerals FC flights. Yeah. And we're flying it all over the gaff, worldwide, international. So I've been saying all of this for a long, long time. And it's always now still coming out, but people don't buy it still. People are not believing it. They believe in the journalists. That's who they trust because they think, oh, they got all the intel. Fabrizio's gospel. He's not gospel. He's a manipulator. He's a narrative creator. That's what he is. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of things in the media that are true. Some things are true generally. Yeah. And the thing is, because of what I know, I can actually take out what is true and what is false. Even with articles with Mason Mount, there's a lot of bullshit in the article, but there are truths. Yeah, it's just knowing what the truths are. And unfortunately, people just believe it all. But when you actually read through everything and you break it down, they contradict each other. They don't add up. So you have to know, and if you know, you get it. Otherwise, you're taking around the magic roundabout, bruv, like Bowley loves to do, bruv. We don't do that here. We just land it, man. We land it. So when you talk about Felix, there's no way. It's a disgrace they pinned it on Pochettino. I think it's outrageous already. He's probably been briefed on it, so he knows. You know, you can't. Like I said to you, the next gaffer that comes in, we'll find out whether he's got the keys or not. But I always said to you, when the contract's laid out and the negotiations are taking place, these owners are that arrogant and they think they know what they're doing and they're adamant to stick to their Red Bull FC, Data FC, Kindergarten FC model, yeah? All right, monetizing content FC, all right? They were going to lay out, right, this is the project. We're going to give you control, but you can't have these players. You can have these players. And we're looking at these players. That's the deal, right? Because I know 190%, and everyone in football knows, every elite gaffer wants Mason Mount. So therefore, why would Pochettino not want Mason Mount, especially the way he plays? Of course he would. So then it makes you think, well, obviously Pochettino's not elite then if he doesn't want Mason Mount, because all the elite gaffers do want him. Or he's just been shoehorned and told you can't have him. And that's the going rate. That's the deal breaker. Because you see, Mason Mount, under all circumstances, has to be sold. All right? Has to be sold. We all saw the article that came out. And I did tell you, he hasn't been spoken to. He's been disrespected. They offered him a deal before the World Cup, 150 grand plus bonuses on a prison sentence contract. Yeah. Bowley went in the dressing room, bruv. He sat Minerals Mount down. And he says, everyone's seen training day, big up Cursor, bruv. Yeah. He says, do you want to go to jail or you want to go home, Minerals Mount? Do you want a prison contract or you want to go home? Minerals Mount said, I want to go home. He goes to the World Cup, comes back from the World Cup, reconsiders the deal because it's all about image rights. They want a percentage of the image rights. Well, Neymar ain't giving PSG image rights, all right? The players' image rights are the players' image rights. These owners wanted the image rights. They took the deal off the table. They haven't spoken to him since. Then they offer him what? A 1-year extension, only to suit them, so it buys them more time in this summer to sell him for more money. Minerals Mount said, nah, fuck that. So at the end of the day, guys, this is what's happening at Chelsea Football Club. This is what's happening. And Mason Mount has been forced out and forced to be sold. And this article is facts. I can bring it up, but we've all read it. We all know it. Yeah. We all know it. And Pochettino ain't spoken to him. He hasn't spoken to any of the players yet. So The journalists are full of absolute bangers and mash waffle, and we know that. We know that. Yeah, we know that. Now, every single one of you smashed a piece of the like button. Every single one of you. Manchester City have opened concrete talks to sign Mateo Kovacic in the summer. Positive discussions took place with players' camp in the last few days over personal terms. Chelsea open to selling Kovacic as part of midfield revolution. What is that midfield revolution? What is the midfield revolution? Because you're getting rid of every fucking bit of experience that we got in our team, all right? And you're replacing it with non-experienced, non-Premier League experience, no Champions League wingers, all children, all kindergarten. Now, the breaking news is Agate. No one knew about Agate before now. No one knew about him. Now PSG have offered what? 5 million more on wages. We've offered him what? 30 grand a week, 40 grand a week, all right? And this guy wants to come to the Premier League. They are literally on one arrow and nutsack, these owners. They're desperate to get these low wages and long contracts. You know, this is the way we're going at Chelsea. I told you, man, we're here to develop players, high potential players. Data, fantastic. We bring them in. We get a Pochettino to build them up. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if he does go PSG. If he's wise enough, he probably would go PSG, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because these prison contracts are a joke. So, unfortunately, this is where we're going. No one knows about this player. And apparently he's good enough to be our main DM in our first team. And he's unproven, yeah, at a top level. Yeah. So, like, what we doing here? What we doing? You know? Everyone's twerking for this guy, or they're twerking for Lavia because you're not getting Declan Rice because he's getting 300 grand a week wherever he's going. He's probably going to go Bayern Munich or an Arsenal, and he's going to get 300 grand a week. We're not looking at those players, and that's a fucking worry. That's a worry, mate. Yeah, it's concerning, and I don't think the supporters they ain't sunk in yet. Now we can all say, yeah, we're going to be patient, give him a chance. No, mate, listen, you're going to go and spend $1 billion. You're selling Kante, Kovacic. You sold Jorginho. You're going to sell Mason Mount. Someone explain to me and tell me, who are you going to replace Mason Mount with at 24 years old, who's achieved what he's achieved, delivered at Chelsea with what he's delivered, and valued at Chelsea because of where he's come from and 18 years at Chelsea, all right? Who's going to replace his player? You're going to go and find another 22 Ecuadorian? What are you going to do? Some Portuguese player? Is that the way we're going? And you're telling me Pochettino's all for it? And Pochettino's ambitious? There ain't no one. There's no one in the market. And everyone brings this whole narrative about Reece James. He's the best right back in the world. He's not, Mason Mount's nowhere near that. You know, you pick him out all the right. Yeah, how many right backs are there in world football of a top level? Not many. So, of course, Reece James is in there. But when you talk about midfielders, it's saturated. But no one has got the credentials and proven like Minnals Mount at his age. Most of the players you're going to bring in and say are clear of him are a Kevin fucking De Bruyne, who's 31 years old, and he's in playing in the best team in the world at the minute. So what are we doing here? There ain't better players. So again, not only with Tuchel we settle for second best or worse than Tuchel, yeah, downgrade on Tuchel with Jellyfish Potter, Super Frank, and now Pochettino. We're now downgrading on every player that we're selling. We're downgrading on Mount. We're downgrading on a Felix. We're downgrading on a Kovacic. We're downgrading on a fucking Kante. Kante's irreplaceable. He's world class. You can't replace that. What are you going to replace him with? Casado. You know what Casado's going to be? He's going to be 100 million. He's in Europe. He signed an extension on his contract. Good luck signing Casado. Yeah? And with the competition, if Arsenal don't get Declan Rice, they're going to go for Casado. You're going to lose out there. Unless he desperately wants to come to Chelsea on an 8-year contract on 150 grand a week. You work it out, yeah? And maybe they can work miracles, man. Maybe Bowley's going to go to Mykonos with Egg Barley, Siri Merchant. They're going to sit him down and they're going to say, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to jail or you want to go home? Yeah? Do you want a prison sentence contract or do you want to go to another club? Well, you tell me what they're going to do, bruv. You know, so here we are. again, Casado, I want him because we're not getting Declan Rice, and he's proven in the Premier League. He's a very good player, and he's got potential. And I know that he's proven in Premier League. So therefore, you're not taking a huge risk. But all these other players, you're taking massive risk. Where are you going? Right? Nkunku, Bundesliga. Osimhen, Serie A, Pensioners League. We bought the cement-booted rat from Serie A, and you all know how that turned out. Listen, for me, guys, whether we sign Agate or not, I don't care. I'm not invested in this player. Until I see him in a Chelsea shirt performing, I'll make my judgment. But right now, I'm not going to judge him where he is now. Yeah, I'm not going to judge him where he is now. Yeah, I've seen a few clips. Great. We can look at clips of all sorts of players. But for me, it's about the structure and the model is dictating what players we can and can't go for. And the fact of the matter is, we are strengthening rivals who are not our rivals anymore, by the way, because we're a farming FC club. We're strengthening all these other clubs that are above us right now with our own players. Our whole Champions League squad has been dismantled completely. We're getting rid of everyone because no one wants to stay, number one, because of the owners and their clown project, Circus Act. All right. Number two, the money and the wages are a joke, and the structure's a joke, and the offers are a joke, and the contract lengths are a joke. And you've all heard about Bowley today, or was it Bowley and Igbali that came out? I saw a tweet today, and they're talking about we're really focusing on 7-8 year contracts so they can spread out the payments, develop these players, and then sell them on for money. That's the going rate, brother, Chelsea now. So we're doing that. We're downgrading our starting 11 to strengthen others. You know, that's the fucking delusion in the supporters, in the fan base, that they have so much trust in his ownership. It's laughable. And I have to laugh. Otherwise, I'll cry, I'll rage, I'll smash up my screen. And what's the point? Because I know what it is, and I know what's coming. It's just that people call me a clown and they think I'm an agenda merchant, I'm toxic, negative. But in reality, don't come back to me. I don't want you coming back to me. Yeah? Because it will happen. It's happened on many occasions, mate. Minnels, man, you're right. Yeah? Lukaku, you're right. Tuchel, you're right. All these things, I'm right. Yeah? I told you a lot about this stuff. Yeah? You don't want to listen. You just don't want to listen because it's me saying it. But at the end of the day, all right, why do you think they didn't look at, like, they've gone and signed Koulibaly on 300 grand a week, and now he's out the door. They want him out because he's on 300 grand a week. So basically what they want is what Siri Merchant said. We want a low wage structure. We want to maximize profitability. We want to monetize content. We want the Red Bull project's fantastic. High profitability, 50 million, 100 million on wage structure profit. Yeah. Selling players. Yeah. And we're going to implement that at Chelsea. That's what they're doing. Yeah. And they're doing it under everyone's noses. Yeah. You think Felix wanted to stay with this project, knowing that all of our top players are leaving? He's thinking, what chance have I got to win anything? And I'm not in the Champions League. I'm gone, bruv. I'm happy to go. I've had a lovely audition. Everyone's seen me in the Premier League, and I might go back to a Premier League club, or I go somewhere else where there's a team that's already set up and got the foundations there. That's the way it is, mate. That's the way we're going, man. That's the way we're going. Listen, I've got sent a clip of Ben Jacobs, yeah? Ben Toothpick Jacobs. And do you know, out of all the waffle, yeah, do you know what he said? He said Igbali's taking the role of sporting director, and Ted Lasso Bowley's taking a step down. This is even worse. This is worse than Bowley. But the reality is Bowley's not stepping down. They're just taking him a little bit out of the limelight because he's been so royally muddied by everyone and by us on Minerals FC that he can't come out in the public anymore. He's too much of a clown, bruv. The nose is too big, the outfit, the shoes, he can't walk properly. It's all over. He's all over the gaff. So here we are now. Igbali is now sporting director, and they bring someone from Clear Lake, Junarek, or whatever his name is. Yeah, all right. Who's a CEO of our football club? A CEO at a football club who's from Clear Lake, who has no idea of how to run a football club. In fact, everyone that they put in high positions has no idea how to run a football club. So where are you thinking that we're going to go and make all these amazing signings? We're going to repair our team to go and challenge and get top 4 next season. You're a long way from Starbucks, man. You know, a long way from Starbucks. Yeah. And it's really concerning. I'll be honest. Yeah. It's very concerning. You're looking at Osimhen. He's 100 million, right? Casado will be 100 million. Yeah. So you're 200 million there. Vahailovic, whatever he's going to be, I don't know, 50, 60 million. God knows, right? And they're going to want wages. They're on wages, yeah? Well, you've got to make that money somehow, right? You've got to make that money somehow to pay these players and buy these players and balance it on the books. Because as we know, financial fair play is on the red zone. So therefore, you have to sell Cobham boys as soon as possible. I think Mason Mount is going to string out for a long time, right? Because these owners want 70 million. Fabrizio Romano, welcome, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Yes, we're going to talk about Mason Mount. Mason Mount contract. Chelsea owners, Bali want 70 million. 70 million. They want 70 million. Manchester United pushing very, very hard for Mason Mount to come to United. They're pushing very, very hard. He's the mouthpiece, mate. Let's have it right. It's all this here we go gimmick, yeah. He's pushing for Man United. There are many clubs interested in Mason Mount, and they want a bidding war. That's what they're doing. They want a bidding war, so that it can get to the 70 million mark. But these clubs are not stupid, bruv. They're not stupid. They know how to play the game, and they know more than these owners how to play. And Mason Mount's in no rush. If they stop him from leaving because they don't get the money they want, they're going to lose either way. Yeah, they're going to lose because next year he'll go for free, or in January you get even less for him. What's the point? Yeah, you're in the mud. Yeah, you're selling our player of the season back to back. It's a disgrace. Yeah, it's an absolute disgrace, an insult to our football club, an absolute insult not only to the player himself, but to Roman Abramovich. It's an insult. And we all know that they've got a campaign against Roman Abramovich. You all know that they've got a campaign against Chelsea. And these owners are stamping their fucking authority on our football club and literally stripped us down. Bare. Yeah? Burnt us down. So here we are, 12th, sitting 12th. The high spenders in the last 2 windows. And we're going to go and hit 1 billion, bruv. We're going to hit 1 billion. Every single one of you, smash to pieces that like button. Smash to pieces the like button. Now, it's also to our attention that UEFA wants to put a cap on the total amount that clubs can spend on player wages and transfers in a single season, and is working on a proposal that could satisfy the European Union. Now, we know this is no coincidence. They want to restrict Chelsea, but at the same time, it's fantastic propaganda for the Chelsea owners who want to implement this model. Now, when I tell you that they are here to trial and test on our football club as a social experiment to implement the new model, I think they have used our club and are using our club because they've been briefed by UEFA, they've been briefed by all the fucking elites and the ringleaders that dominate this league and control this league and get all their brown envelopes. Them lot, all right, have said this is the way we're going to go. New age, yeah, new age football. That's what they're going to do. And we are taking the effects now. We've been set so far back, it's a disgrace, all right? Literally a disgrace, bruv. So, let me just get this up. I want to get something up. Here we go. I didn't even realise the bloody final's on. I wouldn't have streamed otherwise. But it is what it is. I don't give a shit. All right. So, Frank Leboeuf, why would I be happy about Mauricio Pochettino's appointment? I'll be happy when I see results. We've seen many coaches come in to Chelsea. Mauricio Pochettino did very well for Tottenham, but I wasn't convinced when he was at PSG. You do nothing there. You just sign better players than everybody else. It's a big question mark for me. How's he going to resolve all the problems? Have you worked that out? I'm happy to see him but I have question marks and I want to see results. And he's not wrong. And this is my stance. You got to prove yourself. End of. You got to prove yourself. Yeah. You got to prove yourself. Otherwise, what's the point? Yeah. Now, we'll bring up the Agate thing very quickly. Agate's faced with a dilemma. He prefers Chelsea project. We always hear that. Everyone prefers our project, yeah, from a sporting point of view. But Chelsea have offered half the salary compared to PSG due to the new wage structure. Yesterday, Agate's reps met with Chelsea. You know, it's all this. Listen, all this stuff's going to circulate, yeah? All this stuff's going to circulate, and it is what it is. Like, I'm tired of it. I don't really pay attention to it. We will speak on it, but in reality, look at the players that we are signing, guys. Look at the players we are signing. Yeah. Now, everyone was crying about Joao Felix leaving, and we can see for ourselves the stats don't lie, the data doesn't lie. Mason Mount is clear in every department, but they should be playing together, if anything. But these owners don't give a shit about ambition and having top elite level ballers playing at a football club. They want potential FC, development FC, you name it. Yeah. Kindergarten FC. So again, another thing to back our argument now on the matter of Mason Mount and Felix, and the fact that they're both going is an absolute disgrace. Keep an eye on N'Golo Kante, because Kante was close to extending his contract a few months ago, then new injury, and now negotiation is on standby. So let's see if they will be able to complete the agreement or if they will part ways. For Fabrizio Romano, standard procedure from him. The bottom line is he'll probably end up going PSG and strengthening them. We will sell him for 30 million. The owners have no intention of paying him 300 grand a week. No chance it's happening. They can't afford it. Hence why they're not going to pay Mason Mount 200, 250 grand. They haven't even offered him 200 grand. That's the joke. They haven't even offered him 200 grand. It's a joke. And who is going to sign 8-year contracts? The only players that sign 8-year contracts are 18, 17-year-olds, 21-year-olds from unproven leagues, unproven teams with high potential. They see Chelsea as their big move. Therefore, they see I've hit the big time. I'm at Chelsea. I'm in the Premier League, and I'm on very good wages. A fucking, let's say 600% increase on my wage structure on an 8-year deal. And that's why they're going to sign. Yeah. And that's why we're signing all these kids, because these owners know, and they are abusing our heritage, our elite status to sign all these players, these young players, unproven players, by the way, players that need to adapt, that you don't even know if they're going to adapt to the Premier League. And you're just going to throw them in the deep end, clean slate, with all the pressure that Pochettino's going to get. All right. Because Pochettino will be under pressure. We'll probably go and spend another 300 million, bro. All right. So you're taking your squad to $1 billion. And some of those players out of that $1 billion, we've already sold again. So we bought them and then sold them. But explain to me, you're going to sell 15 players, right? And you're not replacing like-for-like quality with first teamers. The rest are squad players. You can go and find another 18-year-old for squad player. You know, it is, listen, Happy Meal, McDonald's, PR, yeah, by these owners is getting shipped out 24/7, and people are buying into it. But it's like they're, I find it astounding, bro. I find it astounding that they want to buy into this nonsense. 30k wages is an embarrassment. I mean that in itself. Listen, everyone's going, oh, they've learned. They're giving Pochettino 2+1 deal. He's there to develop. I think Pochettino will get pissed off. If he doesn't win and he sees this ongoing, he's going to be like, well, I need to win. You see, the biggest mistake Levy made, all right, was after the Champions League final, where Pochettino worked very hard, and granted, he did very well, but he still bottled it, all right? And he made wrong decisions in that game. Didn't play Lucas, who got you a hat-trick to get you there, and he played an unfit, half-injured Harry Kane, all right? So, at the end of the day, he bottled that, but Levy should have invested and listened to him and built with Pochettino to take them to the next level, where Pochettino was ready to do that, and ambitious. But then he looked at Levy and he goes, well, what's the point? You don't want to win. You're not backing me. you've just earned 100 million or 50 million getting into the Champions League, all right, and you've just pocketed that money, you're not going to reinvest it. So he fell out with Levy and he's left and he went to PSG after. That will happen at Chelsea because the ambition at Chelsea from these owners is not the same as Roman Abramovich. The ambition is to make money. The ambition is to develop a model and implement a model that is all about profitability. That's what they're doing at Chelsea Football Club. So, I mean, like, what manager's going to live up to that for more than 2 years of a contract? And on top of that, you're getting rid of all the best players in our squad. What chance has Pochettino got? We're an elite club and we're buying kids. We're buying youth players, high potential players. We're not building a core. We're not buying any experience. You look at Casemiro playing blind passes, scoring goals, getting assists, being the major difference to Manchester United getting in the top 4. He's a world-class player. He's experienced. He's elite. He's won 5 Champions Leagues, won La Ligas. You pay the money to bring these players in if you've got real ambition because you need leaders in the dressing room. Everyone moans already that we've got no leadership. Even all the commentators, all the pundits that go, Chelsea's got no leaders. Well, we're fucking going to have no leaders now anyway because we're selling all our leaders. We're selling our Cobham players and we're bringing in younger players that are unproven. So tell me, who's your leader? Enzo Fernandez is going to be your fucking leader for next season who doesn't even speak English. It's just like, it's delusion, man. People need to wake up. Literally, people need to wake up because it's just getting a joke now. And let's go back to all the wishy-washy stuff with Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United are really pushing you behind the scenes to sign Mason Mount. Chelsea are still asking for no less than 70 million for Mount. Yeah, well done, mate. You're there to publicise what Chelsea want for Mason Mount. You're not saying anything else. That's all you're saying. You're there to be the voice and the mouthpiece of Ted Lasso Bowley and Siri Merchant Barley because they want to get the most money for Mason Mount. And then we get the latest story. We love these ones. So it was ages ago before we signed. I think it's when we signed Enzo Fernandez. Bowley clearly, Graham Potter told the board that Enzo Fernandez was overpriced. Iqbali pushed for his sacking. Todd Bowley has been heard recently wondering whether Potter should have been given more time. This guy is a joke, man. Give him more time because they wanted their yes man. And now maybe Pochettino isn't completely the yes man. So they're going to be in a difficult situation where they can't go in their rat tunnel in and out the dressing room. Yeah. Or Cobham training ground. Yeah. And then before that, it was Graham Potter is believed to have backed the bid for Enzo, and Chelsea aren't ruling out making another bid. That's from Matt Law. So you can see the two narratives that have just been spoken that I've read out for the specific times that they were put out to suit the agenda and the narrative that Potter wanted. Enzo is all for backing it. But then you're going back to it going, actually, no, my squad's bloated. It's too much money. I don't need him. So they didn't listen to Graham Potter. They didn't give a shit about Graham Potter. So, guys, you really need to wake up. Not you lot. I mean, Minnals FC Ultras, you're all on it. You're all on it. You all understand and you get it. And it's always been like that. But like I say to you, this Youth FC project, all unproven players coming on 100 grand wages or 30 grand or 50 grand wages with bonus related infrastructure. It's just like, that's not a big club. That's not how a big club runs, right? It's not how a big club runs. It's a farming club. It's development club. That's the difference. Now, these signings, as they progress and the targets progress, everyone will see this more and more. It is what it is. All this narrative, guys, that Mason Mount wants 300 grand a week is bullshit, right? He wanted at parity with Reece James, right? And he actually deserves to be on par with a Raheem Sterling, right? But the owner's wage structure will not cater that anymore. So therefore, they have to sell him because they need to balance the books and they need the money quick. Because if they don't get the money in quick and they sell these players, who are you bringing in? You can't bring anyone in. You can sell your dead wood, but the common boys is what makes you the wedge. So you can go back in the market and reinvest because the financial fair play will be on them and we'll end up getting a transfer ban next transfer window. And the owners can't take that risk because they've stupidly, as the clowns that they are, have blown out money without any director of football, any sporting director. And Bowley himself with Ed Barley have played that role. And you can see what they've done. Everyone can see how they spent the money. And it's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke. Listen, Mason Mount going to Manchester United with a Casemiro and Rice is like the most complete midfield you could ask for, right? And you stick a Harry Kane up there and you got a Rashford, Fernandez alternating with, what's his name, Garnacho, and you got Sancho in there, you got Anthony in there. I mean, mate, where do you want to go, bruv? They're going to be competing at the highest level. We're not. We're going to be developing players waiting. Don't worry, guys. Wait 2-3 years for these players to develop and settle in, and then we can start to see the rewards. You'll be lucky seeing it. What's your reward? Top 4. Because I don't see any way we're making top 4 next season. Anyone who actually believes that, fair play. If you believe that, no problem. But I'd rather not set my hopes up like that. My expectation, though, not what I believe, but my expectation is if you go and spend $1 billion and you sell these players and you believe so much in your kindergarten FC, Red Bull FC, Farming FC, Development FC project, yeah, I expect the fucking Premier League next season, right? I expect any owner that goes and spends $1 billion will automatically expect, and when you're already an elite club and a big club, you should be right at the top competing and going and winning a trophy, yeah, and a Premier League trophy, yeah. Top 4, bare minimum. Bare minimum. In fact, if you can't even win the Premier League, you got to win the Carabao Cup, you got to win the FA Cup, and you got to get top 4, and you got to be fucking showing minerals throughout the season. It's not likely. It's not going to happen, mate. It's not going to happen. And if we do go and win the league, mate, I'll take my hat off. Respect. Minerals landed. But it ain't happening. I'm not dreaming, mate. I'm not going to dream. I'm not a dreamer, bruv. Yeah, I'm not a dreamer. Big up to AJ, says Kovacic, 2 Champions League winner. Pep will turn him into a monster. No, he's won 3 Champions Leagues, I think, with Real Madrid, and he's won 1 with us. So he's got 4 Champions League medals. Yeah. Tar says, I really see us at Championship in 2 years. I mean, mate. We were, look, let's remind everyone, we were so close to relegation this season. If it wasn't for Thomas Tuchel's 10 points, we'd be getting relegated. Literally, we'd be getting relegated. That's how far bad we are. That's how far gone we are. That's how far fallen we are. We are a shadow of what Chelsea Football Club is. And people yet are coming with their agenda on me. I am worse than the owners, and I am worse than Chelsea's situation. I think you lot need to fucking go and get out a little bit, yeah, and wake up because you are asleep, bruv. You're so asleep, man. You need to wake up, bruv. Maybe you're just not aware of what's going on around you in life. Maybe you're not aware of what is happening at Chelsea. And people love to believe all the journalism. They love it. They love it. Another one from Daha, he says, I am just thinking about when they're selling the club, they're going to fuck us then too. I mean, they're going to ask for double the money. They're building, listen, guys, they're building a stadium. So therefore, they can't go out and spend how they want to spend in a 10-year stint on experienced players on high wages because their profitability will be in the mud. They need to make money by selling the club, with the stadium adding huge value, and they also need to make money on players. And because they're farming players in other continents and other stakes, they've got stakeholders in other clubs that they're looking at, Strasbourg and all these other clubs. Yeah, all right. They're going to farm these players, bleed them in through Chelsea. At those clubs, they will give the extra motivation to these young players. You could get a chance to come to Chelsea's academy and come through. Now, leads me on to Chelsea's academy. Because of the 10-year stint, guys, that's why the owners have to go with this Youth FC project, because the Youth FC project allows them to maximise profitability in a short stint of time, which is the 10 years. It allows them to develop, hence the 8-year contract. So it means halfway through their 10-year stint of ownership, they're halfway through their players' contracts that they got on low wages, and they will sell them for maximum profit. All right. And high transfer fees, and bank that money. And in 10 years, because of the Glazer clause, they will cash in, sell the club, and they will double their money. And that's the way they're looking at it. And in the meantime, they'll have already had, they're like an octopus, bruv. They'll literally go into every little club and they'll have all their fingers and suckers on everything, bruv, sucking every 15, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 14-year-old to develop them up and make money on these kids. All right? That's what they're going to do. And implement this new age model in football. So that's one way. But I wanted to go back to Mason Mount, because the information that came out about Mason Mount is down to Cobham. And when I say Cobham, there's a lot of individuals in Cobham who have been at the club all the way through Roman's reign, who have built up the academy to where it is. And they have now all seen Mason Mount leaving as an absolute disgrace, and they're all want out. And every single one of them pretty much has seen the state of the club, the way it's going, the way the Cobham has been dismantled, and they want to get out. And now what they are doing is they are feeding out drips and drabs. It's not coming from this club, the club. It's coming from people that have brought through Mason Mount at Cobham Academy, because it's not just Mason Mount. They're looking at all their young talent, like the recent 18-year-old who wants out of Chelsea. He wants to move. He doesn't want to stay at Chelsea and try and break through, even though we're buying all young players where you've got a chance to break through. He doesn't want to stay. And all the younger players, they want to move on. They don't want to be at Cobham anymore, because when you sell a player that represents what it means to go from a young age all the way through Cobham and make it to the first team, that's the golden ticket. That's the dream minerals. That's who you admire, you look up to. It's an inspiration. He's a face of Cobham and Chelsea. And they've seen it with Reece James. But when you sell Mason Mount, he's admired and loved behind the scenes from all the people that have brought him through, matured him, developed this player. And they know he's the best. They have quoted it as well. And if people know people behind the scenes, they will always tell you Mason Mount is the most technically gifted player that they have ever brought through Cobham. He's the best of the best. John Terry, of course, we know that. But Mason Mount is unbelievable, right? They're seeing their product that they've developed just get shot out of the club. And they know how much Roman wanted to keep this player, build the team around this player. He was the face of the club. He was going to make him captain. He was going to pay him the 250, 300 grand a week, whatever it was. And Mason Mount would have signed 150 grand with Roman. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Roman would have paid what he's worth. But my point is if Roman did turn around and say 150, he doesn't care, because he knows the ambition's there, the stability's there. It's Chelsea as he knows it. Now it's not Chelsea as he knows it. Cobham behind the scenes know it's not Chelsea as they know it. All the players that were there before now know it's not Chelsea anymore, because they've seen the drastic change. And I'm talking about signings we made under Roman. All right. And now all the new signings that have come in, Bowley and Egbali signings, they don't know any different, because they've come into the new regime. So therefore, they don't see the difference. Yeah. And it's no coincidence that they are making their players that they sign, for example, Enzo Fernandez, the face of Chelsea, the talk about him being captain, because they want their products, their players to be the image of Chelsea Football Club, not what Roman had. Everything that Roman had is gone. So therefore, all your elite mentality's gone, all your ambition's gone, and their ambition is not the ambition you think. The ambition is not on the field. The ambition is to make profit, maximize profitability, develop the stadium, go for a 10-year period of a fantastic model that is going to make them very rich and feed all their investors, because what they're doing is taking loans all over the gaff, and they are not putting their hands in their pockets. Roman put his hand in his pocket. It's different era now, different situation. So, like I say to you guys, I don't trust these owners. For me, they're worse than the Glazers. The success they bring, they might win a Premier League. They might win some FA Cups or whatever and get us Champions League like qualification. Yeah. But that's not enough when you spend the way you spend. Yeah. Because for them, they're happy to have that. They're happy to win that one Premier League, that one, just like the Dodgers, mate. The Dodgers are in an absolute state. Their image is tarnished. Their reputation's in the mud. Their PR's in the mud. And who's staking in that? Oh, Ted Lasso Bowley, is it? Yeah. And they spent the most money. They won one series. It's like, that's what they do. They go in there. They're vampires, man. They're there to make money. That's what they're there for. They're not there for the love of the game. They're not there to make Chelsea a brand, a true identity, to enhance the beautiful game, to bring us the best players of the best in every department so that we can build for longevity in the future. There's none of that, brother, anymore. It's all development, mate. It's all development FC. Nurture FC. Yeah, let's have it right. So the chat's going wild. Big up to you guys. Now, there is a reason about Lukaku, yeah, cement boot rat that he is, all right? This guy, all right, no one can afford his wages of 420 grand a week, yeah? No one can afford them. Inter Milan can't afford them, all right? And we're already paying towards those wages. And they're on our books. And Bowley can't afford those wages. So what he's going to try and do is use Pochettino to accept Lukaku, shoehorn Lukaku onto Pochettino to get a year out of him, get the best out of him, or try and make it work so that we can make something out of it and save money from buying another striker. All right? Because the reality is no one's going to pay the money that they want to get him off the books. Because why? We still owe 80 million to this guy, or 70 million for this guy. All right? We need at least a 70 million transfer fee, and that's not even us breaking him because we paid his wages. All right? Or you loan him and you're still going to have to pay the wages. Well, you've got to sell your Mason Mounts, your Gallaghers, your Loftus Cheeks, your Trev Baresi's to make this happen. And that's what's going to happen at Chelsea. They will do that. You've already heard the rumours of Aubameyang, Pulisic to Juventus, 20 million. It's just chump change. Pulisic doesn't want to stay, by the way. The owners want him to stay because of what he can bring, especially when they go for their US tour. But he doesn't want to stay. He's been wanted out ever since Tuchel in the summer. So that he's forcing the move. So therefore, they're forced to sell him. He won't stay at all costs. Mason Mount, why would he want to stay? The whole team's been gutted. No N'Golo Kante's, no Kovacic, no Jorginho's now. All your experienced players are going. Aubameyang's going to go back to Barcelona probably, or somewhere. Do you know what I mean? That's a waste of money. Ziyech he won't go PSG. And if he does, amazing, remarkable, ship him out. But the bottom line is PSG said they don't want to do business with these guys. They're an embarrassment. They're clowns. They fucked up the paperwork 3 times on transfer deadline day because they're so stupid, because they don't have the right people in charge. And now they're bringing one of their COs to sit in one of their board members on Clearlake or whatever he is, someone there, an employee or stakeholder, to be a CEO at Chelsea Football Club. It's a joke, mate. They're all capitalists. They're all monetizers, mate. That's what they are. They're not here to build the right infrastructure. Michael Edwards, is it? Where's Michael Edwards? Go and get me Michael Edwards, bruv. Go on then. He will run a mile. You got reports of Christopher Vell wanting to leave. He's tired. He's fed up. It's a joke of a project. But when you sign on that dotted line and you sign for the money, that's what you get. You get what you deserve. I don't have any sympathy for anyone who signs their contracts, who signs their terms and conditions. That's your decision. You chose that. Your problem, mate. But at the end of the day, it's at the expense of our football club. the expense of our development and progression as a football club. And it never needed to be like this. And they pin a lot of shit on Tuchel. Tuchel, what did it come out today with Bowley? Tuchel's advice on players, bangers and mash waffle. You see, everyone goes, oh, the owners, they came out. Do you know what a big thing it is for billionaires to say that they made a mistake? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a PR machine. Because what they're doing is they're making you think that they are humble enough to admit they made mistakes when everyone in world football knows they made a mistake. You don't even need to say it because everyone knows. Every journalist, every brown envelope, every supporter, every pundit, every media platform, every YouTube platform, everyone in football, all the players themselves, they all know it was the biggest mistake they made, yeah, in sacking Thomas Tuchel. But yet you want to pin those targets on Thomas Tuchel. Bullshit. You made those decisions. And the funny thing is, there was no competition at all, right, for the players we signed. No one was competing. You had your trousers pulled down, let's have it right, and you paid over the odds, yeah? Like Bowley walks into the dressing room, bruv. He goes, oh, you disloyal. You disloyal bitches, yeah? You disloyal fools. I have you playing ball. I'll put cases on all of you. I'll put prison contracts on every single one of you, yeah? Who do you think you are, bruv? Yeah? Who do you think you are? I'll have you playing soccer in Pelican Bay, bruv. Yeah? I've paid 325 grand for you. I've paid 600 million and you lot can't even get me assists. You can't even get me goals. And we're sitting 12th. Yeah? Well, King Kong has got shit on you, bruv. Old Bowley and Igbali, because you're in the game, bruv. Absolute clowns, bruv. Yeah, Pelican Bay, bruv. Let's have it right. So, guys, you know, it is what it is. There's going to be plenty of breaking news throughout the whole week, and we'll be landing it continuously. But this is the thing at Chelsea now. It's all happening. It's all happening. Do you know what I mean? It's all happening. And like I say to everyone, yeah, keep spreading it. Keep landing your minerals, yeah. Keep landing it in every comment, every tweet. Land it. But let's bring up the juicy one because I didn't bookmark it, but we're going to bring it up. And this one's fantastic, all right? And this one, you know, people are doing our work for us. That's how bad, that's the levels it's got to, bruv. Yeah? It's the levels it's got to. So let's bring it up because the truth is always a fantastic, beautiful situation to reveal, bruv. Yeah, let's have it right. Oh, by the way, another one. I just wanted to bring this one up because remember when I tell you about large accounts and how they recycle or they push out a narrative or they're liked and they can be used in any sort of way. We've got another one here with this Dubois fella who, funny enough, followed me and then unfollowed me because I was landing on a Twitter space. But that's what they do, these merchants. They love to do that. I can't be bothered for it. But you got Fabrizio Romano retweeting that he's done a YouTube channel. It's interesting because now narratives will be spread from everyone else, yeah? Narratives will be spread from everyone else with larger accounts. There's no surprise there. So be very, very concerned and be very, very worried about what's happening. So here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go. But I want to find the minerals. Where's the minerals, bruv? Here it is. All right, guys, let's land it. This is from Barstool. Yeah, let's have it right. We said we'll mention this. Barstool says Fabrizio Romano, first to report mostly every Chelsea signing and departure, told Brighton Cucurella was joining Chelsea, heavily involved in Mudryk saga. Do you think it's a possibility that he's on Chelsea's payroll? And Fabrizio comes out and he says, would be nice to speak to the genius who runs this account and posted this. Don't worry about it. They all do it, post controversial and or poor text. Controversial, poor, funny, not funny, okay. But this is insinuating something not legal about me, my face, my name. They did the same in January. Can't accept this. Well, if you can't accept this, then fucking go and sue them, bruv. Go and spend all your money from all your brown envelopes and sue them. Yeah? Go and sue them. Because let's have it right. Journalism, it's one big fat truth. Yeah? This is what happens in journalism. It happens in every industry. Don't be naive to think that. Right? Let's have it right. Listen, you know, Barstool, yeah, have they taken a risk? Listen, they can turn it as banter all they want. He can take them to court. What are they going to say, bruv? They asked a question. They didn't say it. They asked a question. Do you know what I mean? We'll prove it. Fabrizio Romano, Pawnstein, all you merchants, all you journalists, yeah? Prove it with your bank statements, bruv. Prove it. Prove it with your bank statements. Because if it went to court, they'd go to all their bank statements, bruv. Yeah? Or they'll look at all those cash money injections, mate. Yeah? Let's have it right. Listen, let's not be naive about the situation. It happens, bruv. It happens in every market, every industry. Look at Manchester City, bruv. How many court cases they got away with? What, you think that's coincidence that they get away with them? That all of a sudden there was a deadline down the emails that they couldn't bring them into court, so therefore it was void and they cancelled it? Oh man, the emails went missing, the database got shut down. Come on, bruv, let's have it right. You know what I mean? So guys, big up to every single one of you, man. Every single one of you, like the video, subscribe to it. Big up to all you guys that land your super minerals. Big up to every single one of you in the chat. As always, make sure you do like it, guys. It's very important. It pushes the channel out, as we all know. And that's what we do. We spread the narrative. Make sure you go into my Twitter spaces as well. We've got plenty of Twitter spaces that are all recorded, guys. You know what I mean? Go and listen to what's been landed, you know. Go and listen to what's been landed. But today was about education. Today is about waking up everyone, because let's have it right. People are not aware. And I'll tell you what, you've already had one meltdown with Joao Felix. You're going to have another meltdown with Mason Mount. You're going to have another meltdown with N'Golo Kante. But they'll go, oh, N'Golo Kante's injury prone. Oh, Kovacic, yeah. He's not been good this season. Why? He was good in the World Cup. He was carrying an injury. Didn't want to have surgery. And then he's realised what a shit show it's been this season. So no players trying. Everyone thinks that Kai Havertz is going to be built around. He's probably going to be sold this summer as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wants out as well. He's looking at the team just being dismantled. There's no ambition. So, guys, be very, very concerned. Be very, very worried about what's happening at Chelsea Football Club, because this is only the start. This is only the start. And I want everyone to be just, you know, be aware, guys. Be aware, yeah? Because the meltdowns are going to be absolutely epic, yeah? They're going to be epic, mate, once it all kicks in, yeah? And I want to land this one very quickly. Where is it? Let me get it up. Let me get it up. Where is it? I want to bring this up. It's a great tweet. I'll read it out. When Mason Mount, so some people said, some people say Felix has a poor end product, but the fact is he's scored the most goals since he moved to Chelsea in a tough season without clear system. Score only one goal fewer than Grealish in the Prem. Score 4 goals as the same as Anthony, and he puts hashtag Gallagher out, which is hilarious anyway, because he's going to be sold. So there's no point in saying that. And the counteract is this: when Mason Mount scored 12 goals last season, it was only against relegation fodders. When Felix scores 4 goals, 3 against Bournemouth, Everton, and West Ham, he's getting praised, because the other one was United. He's getting praised for scoring the most goals since he's arrived. It's hilarious because people go, "Oh, Mason Mount, he doesn't score. He scores against the lower teams. What? So Bernabeu, well, he scored against Real Madrid twice, or whatever it is. Liverpool, Man United, Porto, Man City." It's waffle, mate. Absolute waffle. All right, bear with me 1 second. I hope Jose Mourinho lands it and he wins the Europa League. He's never lost a European final, Jose Mourinho, and Sevilla have never lost a Europa League final. So this is it. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to watch the rest of it. Hopefully, Jose's a born winner. Tuchel's a born winner since 2016. He's won every major trophy every season. And we've sacked that from our football club. We've downgraded on everything. We're now downgraded FC, Development FC, Data FC. We're flipping monetized content FC. We're Red Bull FC. We're Ted Lasso FC. We're Siri Merchant FC. That's what we are, bruv. Unfortunately, we need to listen. It won't be long till there's protest next season. Oh, mate, it's going to be fucking toxic, mate. Yeah, it's going to be toxic. But big up to Anthony. He says, "Love your channel, Johnny. My main concern is that Chelsea could be in a relegation fight if this bad form continues." I think we have to have a little bit of respect for Pochettino in the sense that I think he won't have us in relegation, but he will only be in that situation if you do have the owners going in that dressing room still, if they're still dictating team lineups, if they're not allowing him to make decisions, because right now he's not made any decisions. These are all decisions of the owners. Because if you look at before we announced Pochettino, all the targets we've been looking at, all right, are still the same after we've announced Pochettino without officially announcing him, you know, with him holding the shirt. So it's all been pre-planned, guys. It's all been pre-planned. Big up to Mickey Dry Boy. Guys, respect to every single one of you. Love to every single one of you. British Page says, big up Johnny. Minnals land as usual. Clowns need to fix up or get out. Big up all the Minnals Ultras. Big up chat. Up the Chelsea, up Minnals FC. Let's have it right. This is not Chelsea and this is not Chelsea. This is a joke. And people will see the light. They'll see the light. Some people are like, oh, the owners, you know, they've admitted their mistakes and now, you know, they've got good intentions. Yeah, all right. See how you get on later on down the line. If you've still got that same tune. Yeah. And it won't be long till everyone's on the same narrative that I'm saying, but it will always be too late. It was always the case. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. But love to every single one of you. Big up to mental health. Big up to all the Minnals FC Ultras. Yeah. Big up to all my members. Big up to everyone that's landing their super minerals on this channel and tonight. Big up to every single one of you who support the channel. It's fantastic. You know what I mean? It's what we do. Make sure you push it out, retweet, like, and please like, subscribe. Become a member if you want to become a member as well. And big up to all my members as well. And make sure you go and listen to the Twitter spaces because there's a lot of minerals landing on there and some of them are raw emotions. You know, sometimes I'm going to hold off Twitter space because I want to do it on my streams for you guys. But today was more of a let's land it, bruv. And we did. We always land it. So, yeah, God bless to everyone. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC as always. And please put your comments down below. I want all your comments down below, guys. Yeah. And support to everyone as always, and respect to every single one of you guys. So let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC, and we land it everywhere we go.
Right, Pride of London. London is blue, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, let's have it right. Minerals FC. You got the Minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the Minerals, TT.
Oi, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.